It was a Sunday. Mornings start slowly on Sundays. I wake up late and finish my chores at a relaxed pace. I usually drink a cup of coffee, sit outside for a while, and enjoy the beauty of nature. While sitting like that, sometimes I have seen some interesting things. That day, I saw something both amusing and thought-provoking. Right next to me in the yard, a cockroach was lying dead. A black little ant looked here and there and finally came close to the cockroach. He was a scout ant who set out early in the morning in search of food from his ant colony. He was moving the two antennae on his small head back and forth in search of food. Just as we smell food with our nose, ants smell food with their antennae. When he approached the cockroach, he couldn't believe himself. Probably he would have never seen such a big thing before. The little ant circled around the dead cockroach, making sure it was lifeless and that it became a means for him and those in his colony to eat for a while. After that, he cut a very small piece out of the cockroach's body and put it in his mouth. He must have thought that he could not carry the whole cockroach alone and that he could drag it to his colony with the help of the other ants. In any case, the ants' run was faster than it had come. I remembered learning that ants recognize their way with the help of a chemical called pheromone. On their way out of the colony in search of food, ants spill a chemical called pheromone from their bodies along the way. It is with the help of this that they are able to return to the colony, and other scout and worker ants will be able to get close to the food. It was at this time that a crow arrived. He too may have been on a journey in the morning in search of food. Regardless of whether I was sitting in the yard or not, he approached the cockroach. He must have been happy too. As soon as he arrived, he took a look at the surroundings, and the crow picked the cockroach and flew away. My curiosity increased, wondering what would happen if our little ant and his men came back. I just sat there, expecting our ant and his gang. Very soon, I saw a large group of ants lining up under the leadership of our little one. Everyone seemed to be coming with a lot of hope. I waited anxiously to see what would happen there. As soon as our little ant arrived, he searched for his cockroach, but he couldn't see it anywhere. The little ant was accompanied by a large group. It was as if everyone was knocking on each other and talking. Perhaps they were talking about what had happened to their food. However, for a while, they were looking for food. The other ants were circling the way our scout ant went around the cockroach. In the end, some of the ants returned, realizing that there was no point in staying there anymore. The scout ant and a few others were roaming around there again. From time to time, they would knock each other back and forth and say something. Perhaps they were abusing our little ant who had deceived them. They might have told each other that the little one had changed the cockroach for his own selfish gain and had deceived them. Who knows? Isn't that something that we humans occasionally do? If there had been some form of an inquiry commission among the ants, they might have gone for an investigation against our scout ant. They may even expel him from their party. Perhaps those who had returned earlier had returned to the colony and complained to the queen about the scout ant. Anyway, one thing is certain, our little one's image is tarnished. A scout ant may have more status and value than other ants in his colony. But that's all there is to life. It's something for us to think. At the same time, I couldn't help but laugh at the scout ant and his friends. Isn't it a big blow to them? If we put some food or something in the kitchen, and in no time when we look back, we see a bunch of ants circling it, it is a pleasure to see these ants who get fooled and returning like this. Don't you want to have such pleasure sometimes in life? Smile. Think about it.